It's Mr. Beans again, working on my car. I decided to do my brakes because brakes are squealing. I had these stupid, what are they, T45, T47 or something? These stupid Allen wrench type T47 bolt heads on the calipers, and I tried to use the T47 tool. I have another one that I tried. I don't know if it's the same size, but I was trying until I stripped the crap out of them. And after I did that, I started using an 8mm Allen wrench. That ended up stripping. And doing some investigation, I found that if you use a torch, I went and bought a stupid torch for, I think it was about 15 bucks. I used some lubricant. I actually lubricated over a period of a couple days. I'd spray it and then drive it around, come back, let it soak in for a few hours, a couple days. And I couldn't get the stupid bolts out. And actually, what really helped me is I'm the kind of guy that I'm going to try to get my money's worth out of repairs. So last time I did the brakes on this, I put on the brakes and the stupid little pin started squealing, little warning clips. And what I did is I bent them back for a while and I just monitored the brakes. And as you can see, there's still some pad on there. So they finally got pretty close. So I thought, well, I got my money out of those brake pads. I got my $20 worth. So anyway, came back to do this, and actually letting the brake pads go for quite some time actually helped in the situation, because this thing stripped. This thing stripped. So what I did is, you can see that I cleaned this up and lubed it up a little bit. When the brakes, where the pads end up, this little hydraulic boot here, I don't even know what it's called, that ends up pushing the pads together, and actually they move outward, and that left me enough space right in here where this little rubber boot is, so that after I had used a torch, after I had lubricated it and it still wouldn't come loose, I stripped the crap out of this head and this stupid Allen wrench deal. And I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to do? So I'm thinking, I got to go spend probably $40 for the tool, a little kit, or maybe $30 for one to get this stupid thing off. I think it's called a torx socket. And that would be a risk because that's actually pretty low profile head. So I'm kind of worried about that. Then I'm thinking I have to buy new bolts to go in. So I'm figuring maybe 60, 70 bucks. And I still couldn't get this stupid bolt out after using the torch and lubrication for a couple days. But because my caliper, as I mentioned before, had the little thing expanded and moved these together, I had room in here to where I just held the boot back with a screwdriver, and I used my trusty vice grips. And I grabbed the pin, and I guess from just trying to loosen the bolt, I was able to turn the pin and loosen the bolt with my vice grips right here. So anyway, that worked for me. I marred the pin a little bit, and what I did was after I was done with that, because I knew that I marred it, I got a little file. I filed the pin down a little bit so it was nice and smooth again. Lubricated the pin, lubricated the thread so that it wouldn't get stuck, and I put it back together, and it looks fine. And the thing that really excited me, I get excited over these things, was that because I had stripped the head going in the remove direction, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to use these pins, so I'd have to wait to get to the store and get some new ones for like $5 or $10 or so. And so I was worried about not being able to drive the truck, but I found that when I put the pins back in, the head is not stripped in the tightened direction, so I can turn it clockwise. I just can't turn it counterclockwise. So now that it's loose, and now that I know how to get it off, all I have to do is go to the store and get a couple bolts and come back and replace them. No big deal. You have a big jack, it's like really helps, and a couple jack stands. Yeah. So it was a lot nicer than having to spend like another 70 bucks. I probably have to spend another 20 for new bolts, but big deal. I'm just happy I got this stuff over with. Alrighty, now to put her all back together.